Well, it's all too common for these guys to get off with their qualified immunity or their debonair good looks and their perfect attitude in the way they comport themselves on the stand, or it's just a hung jury. But in this case, this fugly officer, this Richland County Jail corrections officer, he's going to be retried. And it's going to happen in April 2024. Retrial date set for former Richland County corrections officer charged in the inmate's death. But here's what's going on, folks. A.G. Yost's office taking over prosecution of officer in Richland County Jail death. All righty. Cleveland, Ohio. Richland County court records show Attorney General from Ohio, Dave Yost's office, will be taking over the retrial of a corrections officer who is accused of causing the death of an inmate. Alex Rios escaped from his cell and was running from corrections officers back in September 2019. It took 5 officers to get Rios to the ground and cuffed. Video shows officers Mark Cooper standing with both feet off the ground on the neck of Rios, who would eventually turn blue and lose consciousness. Rios would die days later in the hospital. In November of 2023, Cooper's trial on 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter and reckless homicide ended when the jury couldn't come to a unanimous decision, setting the stage for a retrial. And that's where we're at today, folks. Retrial coming in April. Okay, after the mistrial, the attorney representing the Rios family sent a letter to the Ohio Deputy Attorney General Carol O'Brien asking that a special prosecution from Yost's office take over the retrial, with some scathing criticism of Richland County Prosecutor Forrest Thompson. I didn't watch the trial, but prosecutors are some goofy knucklebutts. Okay, Attorney J.C. Ratcliffe called Thompson's handling of the trial a miscarriage of justice. Obviously, if they have video of this guy, the officer standing on the guy, and the guy dies, and then he gets off, I guess, he had it coming, right? Ratcliffe claims that Thompson never asked the prospective jurors if they knew any of the witnesses subpoenaed to testify during the trial. Consequently, 3 jurors were seated on the jury that had long-term professional relationships with with their doctor, which has Richland County coroner. Oh, it was the Richland County coroner. Oh, great. Daniel Burwell, who was a key witness who advocated for the now debunked theory that this guy advocated for. This smart doctor advocated for this debunked theory of excited delirium. Oh, Doc. Oh, Dr. Daniel Burwell and your dang old excited delirium. You delirious, allegedly, knucklehead, definitely. According to newly filed court records, Yost or any of his assistants are now assigned as special prosecutor for the retrial, tentatively set for April 15th. Okay, look at this guy, you guys. Woo, look at that face. He looks like a big toe. A big toe with a corn. That's just my opinion. And this is an opinion show, and there you have it. Okay, and now for a little more groomed version of the same piece.
An update now on a former Richland County corrections officer charged with the death of an inmate.
The victim's family is now calling on the Attorney General's office to assign a new prosecutor to retry this case.
18 investigator Mike Mason has been following the story. He has the latest.
Last month, the trial of Mark Cooper ended in a hung jury. Now the same special prosecutor has agreed to retry the case, but the family of Alex Rios hopes this letter will get him replaced. Medina County Special Prosecutor Forrest Thompson was initially assigned to the Cooper trial. The first trial lasted about 2 weeks and ended in a mistrial when jurors couldn't agree on a verdict. Cooper's charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter and reckless homicide in the death of Alex Rios. This all stems from an incident at the Richland County Jail back in 2019. While restraining Rios, 5 officers tackled him, but Cooper was the only one who stood on the back of his neck using his full weight. Rios lost consciousness and essentially suffocated, dying in a hospital 7 days later. The attorney for Rios' family, J.C. Ratcliffe, has now sent a letter to Deputy Attorney General Carol O'Brien. He's asking her to assign a new prosecutor to the case. Ratliff feels Thompson dropped the ball by failing to call in key witnesses or present a compelling case against Cooper. The Attorney General's office has not yet responded to Ratliff's letter. At this point, there's no date set for the retrial. Attorneys had a pre-trial hearing yesterday to discuss details of the case, and we'll, of course, keep you updated.
It is, however, tentatively set for April 15th. So we're going to keep up with this. We'll keep up to date. We'll keep you up to date. Wellity, wellity, well. And this is breaking. Former Cooper County Sheriff's Office lieutenant and deputy charged with manslaughter. These guys.
Two former Cooper County Sheriff's Office employees have been charged with manslaughter in the October death of an inmate. The Jackson County Prosecutor's Office filed involuntary manslaughter charges against former Lieutenant Robin Pfeiffer and former Deputy Rachel Atherton in connection to Brooke Bailey's death in the Cooper County Jail. Court documents say Bailey died of diabetic ketoacidosis. The former Sheriff's Office employees reportedly shrugged off her illness, saying she was faking it, and instructed others not to send her to the hospital.
There's no sentence long enough to, make our hearts fully happy. I mean, what would make us happy was for her to be here still, and we can't get that back.
That could have been prevented real easy.
The Cooper County Sheriff posted on Facebook this afternoon that his office will not be making any further comments on these charges. Now, digging further into this situation, there could be two different cases against the jailers. A criminal case for first-degree involuntary manslaughter and a potential civil case.
ABC 17's Mitchell Kaminsky joins us live from the Cooper County Jail. Mitchell, you spoke with an attorney who specializes in personal injury and wrongful death.
Megan, Lucas, in order for the prosecution to succeed, they would have to prove that jailers acted in a reckless manner and that recklessness is what caused Miss Bailey's death. The family also has a right to file a civil suit. A civil lawyer would have to prove deliberate indifference, and to do so, they would have to show that jailers' conduct caused Miss Bailey to suffer unnecessary pain. Brooke Bailey was in the Cooper County Jail on a Department of Mental Health hold, meaning that she was being held until a bed came open in the Department of Mental Health. Earlier today, I spoke with Matt Urich, who's been practicing law for 23 years. Urich says the Department of Mental Health hold was likely because there had been some sort of determination that Bailey was not competent to proceed in the criminal case that was pending in Cooper County.
First of all, she was there because she's not competent. She was not competent. She was suffering from some pretty profound mental health issues. And then secondly, she was a diabetic.
Urich says Bailey's family could also file a wrongful death lawsuit that Cooper County Sheriff's Office violated her civil rights. Specifically, her Eighth Amendment right to be free from cruel and unusual punishment when she is in custody of the state. Court docs allege Bailey went into a diabetic coma. The lieutenant, Robin Pfeiffer, and Deputy Rachel Atherton were aware Bailey was a diabetic, and she made numerous requests to be seen by a doctor, and jailers refused to provide her care.
There's statements in here indicating that she did not move for extended periods of time from her cot, that she was laying in her own vomit, and that other inmates were notifying the jailers, letting them know that she needed medical care.
And that's how they help you to heaven when they want to. And they wanted to, allegedly, in this case.
Urich says that a significant number of people who are held in prisons and jails are going through some sort of mental health issues. Another common issue that pops up are people dealing with substance abuse issues.
Well, here's what they're really dealing with. They're dealing with extraordinarily inhumane monsters who are lording over them. Once they've made a mistake, whatever that mistake might be, whatever this lady had done, whatever her mental illness allegedly was, she didn't deserve to be denied her medication. She didn't deserve to be left for dead And that's what jailers do. Hey, thanks for watching today's show, folks. Hey, listen, the moral of the story for today's show is obviously lieutenant, deputy, corrections officer, it doesn't matter. They all hate you. And if they get an opportunity to be cruel to you, they're going to be. But let's be nice to each other, folks. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for smashing the like button, sharing this video with all your friends. And thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. You've grown this channel, and I'm going to keep making videos just for you. Thanks again.